Okay, I'm back. I want to do a daily reading. I didn't do one yesterday. I think, a lot of it has to do with holidays and stuff going on and how to be busy stuff. I laid cards out, but I didn't do a reading. So, yeah, it just happens. Anyway, today, of course, still using that DruidCraft deck. I'm waiting to get me a slicer here for too long. I'm going to be cutting all the borders off of these. I've already got the piece to chop the corners off, but I haven't got the border cutter chopper yet, which I like that a lot with cards with no borders. I think they go together really well when they're sitting next to each other. I'm trying to get my microphone adjusted so it'll work real well here. Um, anyway, today, new energy obviously coming in, seeing cards I haven't seen in a long time. Um, First card I got was the Ace of Wands. That's a good card to get, and that is the only number card, so it's going to be a 1 day. But this is starting new things, starting new job, new business. Um, having some enthusiasm and energy that comes on for the day. Um, ones have a whole lot to do with leadership and you know making decisions, independent decision making, decisions that you have made. Things are going really well when this comes up. This is basically the new life card. It brings out new life, and if you would have something say with this card and an Empress card, you know very very strong indication of such a pregnancy and so forth. But either way, this is all about progress and pushing forward to try to achieve goals and so forth. The only thing you need to watch out during a number 1 day, especially if you've got a lot of negative energy, which I do have some negative energy going on here with the cards, being a little bit too impulsive, rash, and um, pushing too hard with that number one energy, because it is the beginning. It's the ego. So that's something you need to watch out for. Anyway, um, Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands again. This is also inspiration. A lot of inspiration. You're optimistic and it's about new beginnings. You're feeling really energetic about something, which I think, and Wands has a whole lot to do with work too. So I think this is a new thing, because that's where Michelle is at today. Actually, is a new company has hired her, and she's in there with them right now. So has a whole lot to do. But anyway, also, if you're an entrepreneur, starting your own business, this is a great card to show up for business. Shows you're off to a really, really good start. But overall, this is energy. You've got a lot of energy. You're excited of something new, new foundations, new things that coming about for you. And there's something that there's a trigger that happens when this card comes up to basically stimulate your career when it comes to work. So that Ace of Wands is a great card to initiate new projects and being using some creativity and again the initiative to get up and go. So this is a great card, great energy that goes with that card, and I really liked it because it has the sun around this one, and it reminds me of the Major Arcana Sun card with that real bright energy. And again, with other cards laid out correctly, very well, that you could be a pregnancy or so forth. That would be in a different spread. Anyway, the next card I have, this one is one that has not or has showed up for me again, and I've got too much light on. But this would be the Ten of Cups, and it's reversed for me today. Not a good sign. That shows uh, basically not having emotional upsets usually when this card here shows up, and a lot of times it'll have to do with a family situation, because you can see there looks like a mother and a father and a child going on there. But a lot of times it's some kind of personal relationship either, and this seems to be the central card, so I may be hearing about that, or something going on, and I don't see that in my home where Around here, we're pretty much we try to keep drama free, but that doesn't necessarily mean that other influences from the outside or other things that could go on and could cause some problems. But when this comes up reversed, this is seems to be about that happiness and joy that's going on. Maybe it has something to do with this right here, and that something with this next card that actually stood out to me. But it's disrupted joy. This is a lot of times there's marital conflicts, so maybe you're hearing about marital conflicts, or but there's sadness and discontent, and this seems to be the central issue here. Something comes along and happens, and it disrupts a happy situation, a happy energy that's going on with you. Um, Such as maybe a fight or personality conflicts. People's, um, especially with family and close friends when this card comes up here. So we have no teenagers in the house, but there is one that we hear about often. So there could be a rebellion there, having something to do with that. Either way, um, it's going to do with, again, like I said, family or close friends. Um, and a child, because there is a child here in the card. Maybe there's some issues with the child. Of course, we do have a new baby. Maybe he has some problems or something, which I hope not. He's been great. And the kid's been excellent. Um, but this could be an empty nest feeling too. Speaking of children, because that will come up. Either way, something coming up that's going to be a central issue for the day. Uh, Next card I have is the Princess of Pentacles, and that is reversed. Not a real great deal either, and I kind of worry about that. This came up the other day, and it was kind of strange because, well, I worry about Michelle. She had taken some tests and stuff like that, but it turned out she aced her test. She got 100%, so that definitely was not connected to her. So anyway, it could be just simply worrying, but the feeling I got with this, you can see there, she's holding a pentacle and it's round, and I seen a tire, is what I seen, and this can be a kind of a journey card, because if you look at the card, I mean, usually she's sitting still and so forth, but that tire stood out, or that, see, I'm still sitting there saying it, it stood out, so that could be an issue, and an unnecessary or an unwanted expense could come along, and it could deal with with a vehicle, a trip that's taken, maybe a busted tire. This is something that popped up in my mind. I could be, like I said again, I could hear about this, but usually when this card comes up, there, like I said, there's an unexpected expense that shows up. There's some kind of bad news when it comes up reversed. Um, could be some a letter or something that comes in with this one, because this is a pinnacle one. I get a lot of writing and stuff like that when it comes to the pinnacles, because there's a whole lot to do with learning in school and so forth. But one thing, another thing, this is telling you need to definitely read fine print if you're signing any contracts, which actually Michelle will be doing today. But there may be a problem with that. Definitely paying close attention to fine print on something. So there may be an unexpected expense because of an issue there. There's a couple of things we have going on. Actually, internet service. We're changing internet service because unexpected expenses. We changed over to a company. We signed a contract with them, and the whole deal was that even though it was supposed to be a set fee for the next 5 years, it could not change. We put our phone on it too. Well, obviously they didn't tell us everything, and it ended up costing us $20, $25 more per month because of the hidden fees that they put in there, and the service is not as good. So now we're having to go back to our older company that we left them in the first place, because of the fact that they were kept jacking our bill up higher and higher. But the internet service is a whole lot better. This one here, every time the wind blows, and we live in North Carolina, so the wind blows all the time, we lose our internet service, we lose, the phone goes out all the time, lots of issues with it. And that's the type of energy that comes up with this card like this. But anyway, some unfavorable financial news is quite possible when this card comes up. Again, like I said, I get that unnecessary expense, something, some kind of issue, and that there is either, I keep seeing a tire, so it's either a wheel or actual physical problem with the vehicle, or a trip that's going to have something to do with this. But you definitely need to make sure that you are very thorough about going over the things that any, like I said, contracts or whatever. You can't really, something like this, you cannot rely on like more superficial knowledge, because the fact that you need the real details, and this earth energy is about details. I think a lot of say the Virgo energy, very detailed, um, and taking care of that, so that they're something you definitely need to, well, I need to definitely watch. But again, this could be a problem with a child, and it's sitting beside this right here, because the Princess of Cups a lot of times deals with a child. Um, that there can be some issues right there that's going on. Um, you know, somebody that's not being realistic, as I said before, with that superficial knowledge. So that could be the connection in there. Anyway, that's what I'm getting, and I still keep getting this circle and keep getting this circle, and it's jumping out, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe an expense is going to come up with the vehicle. So that kind of worries me. And the only reason I think maybe that shows up is that showed up. I know Michelle's taking a trip, and the car was actually having issues yesterday. So you know, again, that can be maybe what's influencing why I'm seeing that. Either way, that's going to be my reading for today. I thank everybody for watching. I know I was supposed to be posting new spreads and stuff like that, and I haven't got to it. A lot of it is there's a lot of people around all the time now here in the home quite often, and if they're not, I'm taking care of the baby and so forth. So that seems to have a definite fix on what I'm doing. I can't sit here and actually make the videos and stuff if I'm taking care of the baby when he's not asleep. So speaking of which, I hear him waking up right now. So thank everybody for watching these, and I'll be back.